I like it. Thank you very much, sir. Well, the past couple of Mummers parades have brought about changes, and the 2016 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade is no different. This year's change is the addition of the Philadelphia division, which will be made up of Latino, African American, Asian American, and an LGBT group called the Miss Fancy Brigade.
It's not worth a damn till you can say.
I said, ladies, I said, grab my hand and here it comes.
Philadelphia native Ian Morrison, more commonly known as Brittany Lynn and captain of the Miss Fancy Brigade, speaking about how he and his fellow drag queens braved other mummers when kicking off the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade.
All right, for the boys.
You might recall last year's parade was the first time the parade route had changed in years, and being the first group to march down Broad Street, the drag queens were a little hesitant. But much to their surprise,
they could not have loved us more. They stopped to pose with us. They ran across the street and took pictures with us. Cops, firemen. It's the greatest feeling to know how accepted we are now.
Participating in the previous four parades, the 2016 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade will be the first time the drag queens will march as official mummers.
My girls, the Miss Fancy Brigade, will be the very front spot, but now we're leading a whole group of new communities to further enhance the parade experience.
Morrison says he takes the role of being a mummer very seriously.
Bringing in more of these communities and bringing in more people now, it just makes it bigger and better, and it keeps that tradition alive, which is the most important part of being a mummer.
The group, made up of 9 ladies, is the only LGBT full drag brigade.
We call ourselves the Miss Fancies because we perform with only the Fancy Brigades at the Convention Center, but now we're just fancy.
Fancy indeed. Morrison says the Miss Fancy Brigade is close with the Spartans Fancy Brigade, calling that group their brother club.
They actually had me come in and teach them hair and makeup and to sit at the Spartans Clubhouse, and I'm teaching them contour. And I'm showing them how to root wigs and watch it. I mean, I got a great kick out of that. I think it's just the one time of the year that mummery and drag, it doesn't just blend together, it's just accepted, and it just becomes one entity.
Morrison says diversifying one of the nation's longest standing traditions takes time.
Well, I think it's all baby steps. Sometimes traditions have to change to keep the tradition itself alive.
As you can see, they are pretty excited. For many who grace the Mummers Parade, mummery goes back years, spanning multiple generations, but our Jason Lee introduces us to Rick Conti, a first-generation mummer. Rick